Hey guys, welcome to the garden. This is Susie. Don't know if you all know, but I decided to surprise you and go live tonight. So I am sitting here in my studio, waiting to see if anybody comes on tonight. And I thought I'd talk about a couple of different things, depending upon who comes on and whether or not they change my subject. So I'm just gonna tag a few people, maybe tell them that I'm going live, wait to see if they pop in. So let's see, tag somebody. Who can we tag first? How many people can I tag all at once? Well, let's see. I've tagged a few. Oh, look, there's people. Hi, guys. Can you hear me okay? I got new ear pods. I'm loving my ear pods. And I don't know if you can hear me, so let me know. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Jane. Hope I'm pronouncing this right. Adhananzia Alejandro. I love saying that, Alejandro. But we know it's Alejandra. Hey, Disha. Awesome. That means you can hear me. I'm so glad. Well, I wanted to come on tonight and talk about a couple of different things. Basically, stuck in the middle. That's going to be my topic of discussion tonight. I am a door slammer. I have zero tolerance level, as some people absolutely know. I have zero, zilch, nada. Y'all are supposed to be teaching me Spanish, so I ain't going to talk to some of you anymore because I have zero tolerance level. But it's all good. I love you. The thing about being stuck in the middle is that you guys start asking a question. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Should I be doing something different? Should I be focusing on this? What should I be thinking? If I get a text and it doesn't say what I want, is that a bridge? Is this a bridge? Is that a bridge? And I get these questions all the time. So I am going to explain my take on zero tolerance, as well as the bridge, why you should stop talking about it, and also stop talking about it. I love that word. Stop talking about it. I said stop talking about it. See, you guys got me to do it at the beginning of the video. I said nope. I don't think we realize when we are in the middle of a conversation or we're in the middle of explaining something. When somebody's telling you to stop and you're constantly defending, because that's what it looks like, what you're saying. So if I'm telling you that's a story, it doesn't mean anything, you're putting meaning to the fact that I'm saying it's a story. Everything is a story. I tell stories, you tell stories. My kids tell stories. Strangers I meet tell stories. Stand in line at Walmart and listen to what the person tells the checker. Because they're struggling and they can't do it, and you have to understand that they're sick and they just got out of the hospital and they have this disease and they have that disease and they have this disease and they have that, and they're really trying, but just be patient with me. Those are stories people tell, and the person behind them, hopefully it's not me, because I'm going to ask them, why are you feeling better today? Aren't you so glad you got out? Why are you feeling better? Oh, you must be because you got out today. So I'm going to try and turn it around. Simply because of the fact that if you keep saying, I'm sick, I have a migraine. We know I'm prone to migraines. And I post, hey guys, dealing with the migraine, I'll be back tomorrow night. The reason I do that is it gives me time to step back and regroup, so I get out of the I'm going to explode. Because I am literally stuck in the middle of my story. And my story is, I have a migraine, I need to regroup. Instead of, I remember the last time I had a migraine, it was like 10 years ago. That's a way to shift it, because that means I no longer have that migraine. But if you're telling me I'm doing this, and I'll say, okay, what are you doing? Well, I'm imagining, and you're imagining the scene that's not working, because you're telling me I'm doing this and I'm not seeing any results. And then you go, well, this happened, now is it a bridge? Well, this happened. What does it mean? It means you're stuck in the middle. You're not telling me how it's working. So when I say, what are you doing? I want to know what's working, because I capitalize on everything that's working. So one of you guys loves to say thank you. So we take whatever you're working on and we put thank you in front of it. Somebody else loves revision. I do revision and I figured out how I do it. You send me a text, I don't like it. Oh, they sent me love. They sent me love. Oh, look, that's another love text. And eventually I stopped getting those, I hate you. I don't want to be with you. Stop texting me. Stop texting me? Oh, that means you want to hear from me more, right? Because that's what Susie's thinking. So I have permission now to blow up your phone. That's the way I look at it. Other people look at it as it is a bad spot to be in. No, it's not. They responded. They actually took the time to pick up their phone. Yes, I have a Swan phone. Open it up and respond. They actually responded. So they had to give you their attention. If they didn't, then that would be, I'm not talking to you anymore. But guess what? That's still a response. That means they don't trust themselves to respond. Because they don't. Because if they trusted themselves to respond, then they would not be afraid to pick up the phone and respond. If they responded, you're getting a message. It doesn't matter. If it is the most horrible message in the world, oh, they sent me love. And don't even discuss the text. I have literally done it with people. And they'll go, I text you. And I'll be like, yeah, I know, I got your love text. That's not what I text you. Really? Because I could have sworn that's what you text me. Let me get out my phone and double check, because I really could have sworn that's what you text me. And they will just walk away. And I'll be like, I love you too. Have a nice day. And that's it. And then if I tell somebody, well, I bumped into you, I'm not going to tell you that I had a bad text from them. I'm going to say, oh, yeah, I talked to, so-and-so, and he sent me this text, and it was so sweet because that means he loves me. Bingo, I'm done. So if I'm asking, I'm telling, and I'm constantly reinforcing, the queen of my coachings is actually online. And y'all need to be nice to Teresa, because I'm working on getting her to actually post a story. When she's ready, she will. But this girl took what I said. She had great days. She had bad days. There were some days that she called grinning from ear to ear. There's other days she called crying. But in 60 days, start to finish. Because she did everything from the end. This is mine. It's done. I don't care. And that's literally the way y'all have to be. You have to be, this is mine. And I don't care if you say it in Susie's voice. No, this is mine. I said, nope, this is mine. I don't care if we start doing it in a wee bit of an Irish voice, because it is still mine. And if Tracy comes on, she will tell you that this isn't really truly an Irish voice. She thinks it's like something totally else. I don't care. Change your voice. Talk baby. Get giddy. Do a little finger dance. Turn on some music and change the story. I got this text. I got that text. I got this text. I got that text. Because if you don't, you're going to stay stuck in the, y'all get to see the back of my hair, and is it curly? Because I have no clue. Because that's what you're doing. I'm changing the subject to break the thing up to show you the back of my head is ignore. The back of my head is the old story. The new story, I have my glasses on, so I'm not doing this at the screen tonight, so you can all see me a little bit better. And you're right, Teresa just said it. He's mine forever. Mine forever. So you're going to get a lot of Bugs Bunny being pounded into the ground by Daffy Duck going, mine, 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 mine. I have no idea what Daffy's talking about, but it's his. And Bugs Bunny's not going to take it away no matter what. I know that we all can focus on living in the end because we've already imagined it. The first time it popped into our head, the seed was planted. I don't care what anybody else tells you. If I thought I want to be happily married, boom, it's already planted. I want to be happily married. 2, who's the guy? For you guys out there, who's the girl? So what guy do I want to marry? Do I want to pick out his qualities? Do I want it to be somebody I already know? Do I want it to be somebody I already know and create the qualities in him that I want? I can do one of those 3 things. Doesn't matter. So if I'm going to pick somebody I know, his qualities. He loves me. He's faithful to me. He's honest. He's trustworthy. He makes me laugh. He tells the most outrageous jokes and makes me pee my pants laughing. Then there's he takes care of my car, because anybody who loves me that much should take care of my car, because I hate doing it. I'll put gas in it once in a while, but please do the rest of it. Oh, wait, that would be me asking him instead of assuming he loves me and he takes care of my car. What else can he do? Romance. I want romance. So you bring me flowers and chocolates. I prefer white. And then the flowers, my favorites, you already know what they are because I assumed you know what they are. Then we want the flowers and the chocolates, white chocolate. We want, or dark chocolate. I love Hershey Special Dark Chocolate too. So I gave you 2 things that I like. And then we want candlelights and maybe bubble baths, walks on the beach. That would be freaking amazing. I have a creek, so we could go for walks on a creek. We could sit and watch the waterfall and just gossip. I mean, it's things that I pick. He writes me romantic poems. He's always sending me text messages when I most need them during the day, and they're these absolutely beautiful little texts that show him how much he loves me. Then sex life. That's completely different because you have 3 groups here. Happily, romance, and sex. We have an amazing sex life. Whatever you do in this world, it is your choice. However you imagine your sex life to be. If you want to be one-on-one, if you want threesomes, if you want to be one of those people who has a couple that is your partner, what is that? Polygamy. I don't care. That's your definition of what your perfect sex life is. Swans. Teresa, I'm working on swans. We know Susie has a swan problem. I have 26. Yes, 26 last count. I need more, lots more. This picture, that's not getting very far, that you guys keep seeing, is actually going to be a swan picture. And I'm going to put it behind me for background. That's kind of my new goal, or get a bigger one, because I already had that for someplace else. So when we focus on happy, romance, and sex, we have to assume that because we thought that's what we wanted, they want it too. So why do they want to be faithful? Why do they want to take care of your car? Why do they want to buy you chocolates and your favorite flowers? Oh, they know your favorite drink. So you walk into a restaurant, the waitress walks up to the table and says, "What can I get you to drink?" And he goes, "I'll have a Coke and she'll have a Diet Dr. Pepper." Simple. They already know. You have to live from, they know my favorite flower, they know my favorite drink, they know my favorite color, they know my favorite restaurants, they know if I'm having a bad day that they need to Sing me a song, send me a poem, a simple text that says, I see your team's winning. Now, who can guess what my team is? Yeah, Teresa, you better not share because, whack, girlfriend, we're going to have issues. He's yours and yours alone. The idea is, whatever you want, that's what you have to be specific, clear on. Once you get clear, that's all you talk about. He's faithful. He's honest. He's trustworthy. He's 100% mine. I'm the love of his life. He's romantic. He gives me the most amazing surprise little vacations, a weekend away. He gives me chocolates and flowers. And when you're talking to your coworkers at work, if you can't tell them this because it's not here in 3D and it's over here in your virtual goggles, don't talk about it. But I'm not sitting next to you at lunch. I'm not sitting next to you at dinner. I'm not sitting next to you at work. So if you want to say, I text him. We text for hours last night. The more you say, we text last night. We text the night before and the night before. Now we've texted 5 nights in a row. You're creating that because you're living in the end. I don't like I intend. I don't like hope. So anybody who says Susie likes intend or hope, to me, intend is hoping for something to happen. Hope is wishing for something to happen, knowing it never will. Because that's just what I believe. That's me and the meaning I put to those two words. So when you say you're hoping for a text message, you're intending a text message, I'm like, but if that word works for you, I'm not going to take it away for you. But what I want to hear is, why is he texting you? Why is he calling you? Why is he coming by to visit? Why is he taking you out on dates? Why are you happily married? Why are you happily living together? Because not everybody wants to be married. You can be Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn and be the happiest unmarried couple in Hollywood. You can be single and have the happiest relationship because it works for you. So I've created a relationship. I've been with this person for 6 years. We started out as friends. We date. We don't date. We date. We don't date. Whatever you want, that's the story you're telling. We have the perfect relationship should be the number one story. Why do you have the perfect relationship? Because he's respectful, he's honest, he's trustworthy. He's always making me laugh. He understands. If I'm stressed out, I can take a pillow and go curl up in his bed and go to sleep. He doesn't care. And you're right. If there's a third party, they moved out. They moved on. They're gone. Hasta la vista. Bye-bye. Who can say it in Spanish? I want to see who can say it in Spanish. Bye-bye. What is bye-bye in Spanish? What is it in French? What is it in German? How about Chinese or Italian? I don't care how you say it. It's all about mine. The house is mine. The guy is mine. The car is mine. The dog is mine. Actually, it's a puppy. Adios. Adios, muchachos. Get out. You're gone. Adios. I like that. Adios. 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 Bye-bye. Adios. I could do a little video on that if you like, but most people call it the third party. And then they shortened it, which confused the bejesus out of me. Why would you call a third party a 3P? Because now you just gave her a cute little nickname. No, she always is and always will be referred to as the ex. What were you doing with your ex? Why was the ex here? What did your ex want? Why are you talking to the ex? The ex, the ex, the ex, the ex. Because as long as you're calling her the ex, she doesn't exist. And the more you say it, including to their face. So I'm sitting here having a conversation with you, and I'm like, what was your ex doing here? Oh, well, they had a problem, and they needed some help, and I was being nice to my ex. That's what they're going to respond back because you're calling them the ex. And you're asking, why the ex? Get it? It's play. Why is the X here? What are you doing with your X? That gives them, well, we were doing this because this happened and I was doing blah, blah, blah. No, why was the X here? Only refer to him as a third party. You gave him a name. 3P, you gave him a name. I'm giving a name, and they go bye-bye. Adios. Ciao. I like ciao. Adios. Ciao. Leave. Vamos. Scatter. Let's treat them like a gnat. We don't want a gnat. We go, get rid of you. Mosquito. Fling. Gone. But the more you think about the X, the more power you give them. The more power you give them, the more pedestal position you give them. So you gave them a cute name, then you gave them a cute nickname, then you put them on this pedestal, and now they're stuck here between you and them. So the X, it starts doing this. The X, the X, the X, the X, the X. Oh, now she's gone. Bye-bye. That's how you get rid of them. If you don't like something at work, wow, the negativity's gone. I remember when this place used to be negative. Why is it so happy to go to work? Why am I having fun at work? I taught a guy why questions. He asks me, I got a new why question. Today's why question was, why am I having so much fun? Why are we having so much fun? Most people don't think about fun. So you're stuck manifesting this person. Your words are putting you, keeping this person, and then you're stressing out, freaking out, getting upset because somebody's telling you stop talking, change your story, and then you're realizing you're putting them on a pedestal without even knowing it. Instead, like Teresa said, it's my pedestal. I'm the one on the pedestal. My imagination created that pedestal. My thoughts put me on it. My words create whatever I want to see around that pedestal. When Cleopatra walked into Rome and took Caesar as her lover, do you think she went in there and went, oh, I wonder if he's married? And then when she went to Rome with his son, what did she do? She made all these people drag this big heavy thing into Rome, and she and her son were sitting at the top of the stairs as the queen that she was. When Princess Diana was alive, I'm sure there were days we didn't see it when behind the scenes she was upset and crying. But when she was in public, she only spoke to the camera what she wanted them to hear. You all know I say don't model Donald Trump. There's things that I love about Donald Trump though. I'm going to build this. I'm going to build that. I'm going to create this. I'm going to create that. And then he goes, I'm building this, to I am now building this. He lives in the end because he was taught by Norman Vincent Peale. Norman tells you, if you want your person, we all sit down at night and watch TV. Or we're reading a book. So I have my chair, his chair's over here. There's a table in between. You have your snacks and your drink on it. He's sitting over there reading another book. Or he's watching something on TV and you're reading your book. That's something you would do every day if you were married. You're going to end your day together doing something. There's going to be some nights where you're not sitting in the chair reading the book. But trust me, you just came home from that late night party. You're going to come home. You're going to sit down in your living room. You're going to discuss the party. You're going to take off your shoes before you go to bed. So you actually do wind up right back there. And then you get up in the next morning and you walk into your living room and there's 2 pairs of shoes. 2. Mine and his. Because they're in front of the chairs that we sit in every night. That's a scene that you can create. So I went out dancing with my girlfriends. Ran into my besties, my love's besties. And they're like, oh, blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 oh, blah, 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 oh, blah, blah, blah. And Susie's going, he's single. That means he's mine. He's pining over me. I'm so happy. See you later. I go home and I sit in my chair. And I'm like, look, there's my love's shoes. He left them where I can trip over them. So I'm going to pick his shoes up and put them on his chair. And then when he comes home to take the shoes off that he has on now, he's going to sit on his shoes. Those are things married couples do. Those are things people do who are living together. Those are things people do when they're dating. If you live in my house, I have shoes in every room. The kitchen, the dining room, the living room, my studio, the bedroom, both bathrooms. I will be looking for a pair of shoes. I want to wear my little purple boots. Where are they? I guarantee you there's a chance they're in my closet, but there's a chance they're in the bathroom because I took them off in the bathroom the night before, or they could be by the couch, or they could be by the TV stand, possibly the front door, under the dining room table. They're never going to be by the stove, but they might be by the kitchen sink or the dishwasher, because I don't take my shoes off right in front of the stove. I don't know why, just never have. So if my love is walking through the house, he loves me, so he picks up my shoes and puts them back in the closet. So now I always know where all my shoes are. And I don't have to go around the house going, where are those shoes? Because I lost my keys, I lose my shoes. And I locked my keys in my car. So my love has the spare keys so he can unlock my car. Because I guarantee you, I do it multiple times a month. Because I just do. And most of the time, they're in the ignition. And I have to change that story to every time I leave my car, I have my keys. And if I don't do that, then I am projecting more out of what I don't want. It's like when I said, I want the puppy. But then I had to deal with guilt issues. And then I have to deal with myself. So I put the puppy on the pedestal and I'm looking up at it instead of being like Teresa, looking down. And when you get to where you're looking down, it's Karen Carpenter. I'm on top of the world, looking down on creation. And everything will fall into place. I forget which one of it is who said there earlier today in a post, when I said the bridge of incidents. If you're looking for a bridge, you're stuck in the middle. So, is this a bridge? Is this a bridge? Is this a bridge? Somebody said, I see everything as a bridge. And I said that in the post. I heard somebody say everything is a bridge and he has fun enjoying the bridges. Somebody else said that a bridge is just, everything is a bridge. So you're standing on a bridge and it's a wooden bridge and you have slats. So everything that happens is another slat on that bridge. Some people prefer to stand in the middle of the bridge and burn it. Some people prefer to stand on one end and burn it. Bridges are meant to be burnt. Some we don't want to rebuild. Others, when we rebuild them, it has to be the way I said. I said, you're going to take care of my car. I said, you're going to bring me chocolates. I said, you're going to bring me flowers. I said, you're going to be faithful. I said, you're going to cook. Because my guy loves to cook. And literally, if I can't get on the counter, he picks me up and puts me on the counter without even asking. I'll just put my hands on the back of the counter and he lifts me up. He's like a jolly green giant compared to me. I'm 5 foot tall. So that would be a nice thing for him to do so I can drink my cup of coffee and enjoy talking to him while dinner's being made. Now, if he needs help, of course I'm going to get off the counter and help. But if he doesn't, I just spent 20 or 30 of the best moments of my day talking about nothing. What he's cooking, how his day was, how my day was, what my favorite football team's doing. They start on the 31st. We're down on countdown days. So on the 31st, I won't be around. I won't be watching football. Because that's what I do. If that game's on, I'm watching it. And he's going to be sitting next to me watching it unless his boss makes him work. Because that's my story. Everything is a third party, whether it is my dog that's not here, my boyfriend, my job, my car, my kids, something going wrong in the house, the words I'm saying, it's all a third party. So when you talk about it, stop naming it unless it's something you want. So I want, we talk about football every day. Yeah, you can't walk a day in my life without hearing about Alabama or Alabama football. I talked to a lady today and she was going to Alabama and Florida for the weekend, and I told her we were done talking and I wouldn't help her unless she could hide me in her suitcase and take me with, because we're going to Alabama. My daughter may be going on vacation, and that's one of the spots she's thinking about, and I'm like, you're not taking me? What are you bringing me back from Alabama? Oh, wait, better yet, take me to Alabama and leave me there. Because then I could find my way to Tuscaloosa, and I guarantee you I'd be watching the game in the stadium. And I wouldn't have paid for the tickets. Because somebody else would treat me. Because I'd be like, I got free tickets. Yes, Lily, you are the first, second, third, and everything else. I used to hate the saying, you first after me. I'm first, foremost, and last. But I actually understand what that means. I'm first, I'm foremost, and I'm last. So it's 100% about the way I think. And then the biggest point of stuck in the middle. Am I doing it right? If I'm not feeling it, if I'm saying it robotic, if I'm crying, it only means what you guys say it means. If crying means that's bringing you closer, that's what it's going to mean. To somebody else, crying means I'm over emotional and I'm pushing them away. Ooh, Teresa, you just went up 10 points in my book, and that's even harder for you to do, girlfriend. The idea is whatever you say has to be what you want. So if he texts you and you didn't like the text, it doesn't matter. He texted me. It was amazing to talk to him. We had the best conversation and dropped the details. If I'm not feeling it, everything I do works. So as long as I'm focusing forward, it works. Yeah, it is a big laughing one. It's hard for Teresa to go in my book because I am so proud of the life that she has created. But the fact that she's from Alabama, yeah, that's a double score. I think you just doubled your points. The idea is those things are important to me. So because somebody's from Alabama, that makes me even happier. But the reason I'm an Alabama football fan, I have been watching college football and pro football since I was 6, 7 days old. I was born on a Monday. On Saturday, I was in the living room with my grandfather watching college football. On Sunday, I was watching pro football. He was Navy, and as long as Army lost, he was happy. But he wasn't a Navy fan. He liked the Wisconsin Badgers, which is why they have a piece of me. But he loved Alabama. I was born, bred on Bear Bryant and an elephant. Their mascot is an elephant. So you have a bear and an elephant. What little girl wouldn't fall in love? So if they're happy tears, like Lily just said, then that means you're living in the end of happily married. If I'm really upset with you today, really, really upset with you today, that doesn't mean I don't love you. It just means, babe, I'm mad at you. You did something stupid. It hurt my feelings. I'm upset. I'm going to back off. Hubby Tex blamed me, and I turned it around on him, and he ended up apologizing to me. It's that simple. And if you can phrase it in a why question, they have to answer it. Why are you paying attention to me? Why are you texting me? Why are you calling me? So you throw that into the conversation. If you're texting, why are you always texting me? You miss me, don't you? But in their mind, they're thinking, well, why do I always text Susie? Why do you always call me? Well, I haven't called her today, so I better call her because I'm always calling her. Elephants, no, that's number 2. Swans are number 1. And swans also stem from my grandfather. He was the first love of my life. So my grandfather taught me football. He taught me how to read out of the encyclopedias. And the only Disney princess story I got to read was The Ugly Duckling. And he constantly told me I was going to grow up to be a beautiful swan. And he spelled swan with 2 S's and 2 N's. Because my name is Suzanne, and it has 2 N's in it. So he thought it looked prettier. So when I went to school and I was writing swans, anything with a swan in it, that's spelled wrong. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. If you don't stop spelling it that way, I'm going to start pointing you. Oh. I still spell it that way. But I didn't in school. I just told them it was wrong, and then I would capitalize it so they would see that I spelled it correctly. But if I had known that the teacher said, you're spelling it wrong, and I would have been like, no, that's the correct way. Why do you believe it's the correct way? She would have pointed me for spelling it incorrectly then. The idea is I have a genius IQ. My head wraps around something and it gets stuck. I am like everybody else. I'm human. I can get stuck in the middle. I can have a bad day. I can drive to town. Somebody cuts me off. I get to the store and somebody takes the thing that I want that I've been waiting for them to move so that I could pick it up and have asked them 5 times to move. That's having a normal day-to-day life. And then I put the meaning to it, well, they ruined my day. So you have to focus only on forward thought. Why is Alabama always winning? That's why we're number 1 or number 2 all the time. Because people ask, why are they always winning? Then, if you constantly ask, why is this working out for me? If this is a bridge, it's a bridge. If it's working out for you, why is it working out for you? Well, this is a bridge, so it shows that it's working out for me. This is a bridge, it shows that it's working out for me. That's what Lily's doing. It's a bridge and it works out. It's a bridge and it works out. Angela, we keep telling her, no, we said this. And she finally got it. And her sweetheart was only going to stay 2 days with her during a trip. He ended up changing his mind and is now staying for his entire trip. Why? Because I want him to stay for the whole trip. Why does he stay for the whole trip? Why do you get to take the whole week off and be with me? Why are you always stopping by? Why are you always calling? Why are you always texting? It's not intending, it's asking a question that brings there now. And anything that you can do to bring there now is what you need to do to create that life you're living. So how do we bring there now? We've imagined it. We've cleaned up our mental diet with our thoughts, and We're going to have a good day, and our mental thoughts are completely 100% on, it's done, it's mine, thank you, isn't it wonderful, I got this. Well, then we start asking the why questions. Why is he always calling me? Why is he always texting me? Why am I happily married? Why am I happily living with him? Why are we happily dating? It doesn't matter as long as your words and your thoughts are focused forward. That's right, he does. He cares for you. He has used us, and we and I do not do the happy... Okay, I'm reading that wrong. Yes, he cares for you, and you are in the perfect relationship. My marriage is stronger than ever. We got back together. We got back together. Past tense. And our marriage is now stronger than ever. And if you get mad about the other situation, own it. It's called having a bad day. Own the bad day. Sit there and say, I'm having a bad day. And then to change your mood, start talking about it in ways that you change your voice. You are telling it as a silly story. You're telling it as if it was a movie on the big screen. Anything to break up that monotony. Because when you're stuck in the middle, you're rejecting the person you want. And I haven't done the rejecting video because basically this is the same thing. You're stuck in the middle. You're saying, I intend for this. I hope for that. When is it going to happen? Is this a bridge? Am I doing this right? All of those things are rejecting your end goal. So if you focus, I have my end goal. I got what I wanted. I'm living in the end. Now, if you want to up this one step further, we've got our specific person. Yeah, I hate that word. Let's work on our job. Why am I having fun at work? Why is everything working out for me at work? Why do I get the promotion? Why am I successful in my job? Why am I easily helping people? Why does everything that I need easily within my reach? Why is it a happy, positive place to go to work to? Why is every day I go to work, people are like, hi, Susie. How you doing, Susie? Oh, you look really cute, Susie. I like yesterday's outfit better, Susie. Did you get your coffee this morning? Because I brought you coffee. That's how you see your work day. And at the end of the work day, when you're sitting there and you're telling your significant other, every day, it started out stressful today, honey, but then it got turned around because somebody brought me coffee. They said I looked pretty, and it just made my whole day. And from there, everything just went perfect. And if you start saying that, then that's what's going to happen. Everything's going to turn around. Everything's going to go perfect. If you have a high-stress job, doctors, nurses, EMTs, firemen, policemen, they have really high threshold jobs. And as a result, you are sitting there trying to find a way to de-stress them. Why did you have fun at work today? It's a simple question, because then they're not going to focus on the crazies. They're going to focus on the person who told them a funny story or this situation that was just so bizarre. I saw a picture, and this dog was riding on a cat. And what if you were the person who took that picture and you're like, honey, look, this is what happened on my day today that made me laugh. Those are things you're going to get. If you're an emergency room doctor and you're talking about somebody's always coming in because they have a problem, we're creating more people to help, but we're also keeping that person in that problem. And I know as a doctor, that's a fine line, and you have to learn that balance. I have a great day because I help people get well. I'm always helping people get well. My patients come see me and they always get better, which is why they always come back to me when something goes wrong, because they know my methods work and they're going to get healthy again. If you are a fireman, show up at a fire, and the people, instead of screaming and ranting and raving, save my stuff, are just so grateful that they are alive and they know that stuff can be replaced. So they're out there crying tears because they've just lost everything, but they're talking about how blessed they are to be alive. That's an easy way to turn around your day. And that gets you unstuck. That gets you out of that, why is it going wrong and why is everything working for me, forward. So if there's only one question you ask yourself every single day, all day long, why is everything working out for me? Why is everything working out for me so quickly and easily? That question is one question said two ways. And that simple question will change your life billion folds. You really want to start having more fun and adventure in your life? Why is my life filled with fun and adventure? Because everything's always working out for me. So you've combined the two into one statement. So when you focus and you're angry and you're staying in that angry situation, you're not doing what Neville says, the Bible says. You're not truly forgiving that person for their crime. But it's a crime you created. So you're stuck rehashing that story. Instead, listen to Susie. Nope. That's no longer happening. That's the old story. This is the new story I'm creating. So the more you create the new story, the more you speak of the new story, the more you live in the new story, it's going to create faster. And people who speak their manifestations out loud, like Donald Trump, I'm building there. I'm building there. We are now building there. That's how it gets twisted around. Because he's only focusing forward. I focus forward 95% of my day. 5% of the day I'm human. And when something goes wrong and I get angry about a situation, I go to one of my go-to people. And when I go to my go-to people, if one of them can't fix it, maybe another one can. But I have to be careful that I don't stay in that problem. But I go, how do I change the situation? I've created this situation and it's totally upsetting and it's blowing it out of proportion. What do I need to do to shift it? So I am saying I have a problem, but I'm asking how to shift it. And usually they hit me with a why question. Why is it working out for you? Simple. Why is it working out for you? Why is this another bridge? Why is this bridge bringing me closer? Why is everything I do, whether it's robotic, feelingless, happy, neutral, anger, why is it all working out for me and bringing me closer to my manifestation? Because that's what your words are saying. And the more you say that, the faster and the shorter the time is to go from point A to point Z. And when you do that and you totally live in the end, this is mine. That is the old story. So the old man has died. I'm now creating this new story. You can turn around your money problems. Why is it always working out for me? Why am I making more than I spend? Why do I have more money in savings than I could ever spend in a lifetime? Why is money coming to me in bucket loads? Oh, because I'm a leprechaun. See, I have an Irish adopted grandmother. I love her. She said I could claim her Irish roots. So since I'm 5 foot tall and I have green eyes, I could dye my hair red and I could talk in an Irish accent. And then people would think I'm a leprechaun and they would look for my pot of gold and I could get them good luck. So if I walked around saying that everything I do works, and yes, if I help you out, my thoughts are, why are you getting success from this? Why are you texting me telling me this is working and this is the situation you used it in? Because I'm not only helping you, I'm helping other people, because if it's working for you and it's working for you and it's working for you, then it's always working for the people that I help. And since it's always working, we have a community that's walking around going, why is this always working? We can't change everybody. So the only person we can change is ourselves. And you can take the most negative person and start asking them, why is everything going right? Why is everything working out for you? Why are you having a good day? And those questions, at first, they're going to look at you and go. Then they're going to go. Then they're going to be like, and then they're going to be like, oh, Susie's batshit crazy. This just doesn't work. And then one day they're going to come up to you and they're going to go, I found a new question. Really, what's that? Why am I always having fun? Why is everything always working out for me? My daughter is now running to the door to greet me. Really? How come? Because I ask, why is it every time I go home, she's like, Daddy, Daddy, I love you, and comes running to me. It's the highlight of my day because she throws her little arms around me and says, I'm so glad you're home. And then I see my wife and I'm thinking, wow, I'm so blessed because I'm happily married. You can change that guy who's always saying everything's going wrong at home to actually getting that and proof positive. Simply by asking the same questions over and over again. You are in a car with a little kid and the kid is upset. Why are you happy? Oh, you got your drink? Is that why you're happy? Oh, you got your bear? Is that why you're happy? You want me to turn the radio on? Is that why you're happy? Do you want this song? No? How about this song? Oh, this song makes you happy. Why are you happy then? And you can take from a few moments of, I be mean, I'm not happy, and them turning their head and throwing a temper tantrum, and simply turn it into, why are you happy? The more you ask it, the more they're going to be. Why is everything working out? The more you ask it, the more you do it. I used to have the most complicated life. I started asking, why is my life simple and easy? So even though I can leave the house at 6 o'clock this morning, and I may not get home till 9 o'clock at night, it's not chaos. It's one thing flowing into another, because everything is simple and easy. You can change that person. And that's simply what you do. Why are you happily married? Say their name. Lily, why are you happily married? Alejandra, why are you happily married? Ask the question, why is Teresa happily married? Because she created it. And she tells you that you create it. Take them off the pedestal, put yourself on the pedestal. Why are they praying to marry you? Why are they praying that you love them as much as they love you? She said it in one of her things. It changes it. So if saying, why am I happily married doesn't work, why are they happily married to me? It's still about me. But it's making them, why are they showing me they're happily married to me? Because they're bringing me chocolates, they're bringing me flowers, they're taking care of my car, they're writing me poems, they're cooking dinner with me. And y'all know those guys, and I love you guys, you play basketball and you shoot your laundry into the basket. It hits, it misses. Why are they showing me they're happily married? Because if they miss, they pick it up, back up, and pitch it in there. Because they never give up making sure that it is a 2-pointer. 3-pointers are even better. So whatever way you phrase it, getting out of that stuck point, getting out of rejection state, is all about you asking better questions. And whether you phrase them with, why are they doing this for me? Why am I happily married to them? It's still the end goal. Why do I have an amazing job? Why am I so loved at my job? Why is everybody always coming up and talking to me? Why are people spoiling me and bringing me drinks and Oreo cookies and M&Ms and Monster drinks and Starbucks energy drinks and whatever it is you want? Why do they leave me little paper swan origamis on my desk? I actually had somebody who used to do that. And I have those paper origamis somewhere in the house. I wonder if they're counted in the 26. I don't know, I'll recount. I never can have enough swans. Why am I always getting swans as gifts? Because my grandfather read The Ugly Duckling to me, told me I was going to grow up to be a beautiful swan, so I surround myself with beauty. And it's really simple when you break it down to surrounding yourself with what I want. Does anybody have any questions? Do I need to clarify anything? Either way, Lee, you're correct. Either you are happily married to him or he is happily married to you. It's all about the way you focus it. Lee, I'm doing really good today. Yesterday I had a bad day. It got turned around last night. Turned out to be really, really amazing. I'm kidding. Really, really amazing. You can have success like Teresa. But I'm sure Teresa will tell you it was all about the fact that she knew she was having success. She assumed he was going to marry her. She assumed he wanted to marry her. She assumed he was praying that she would marry him. So she constantly said, the end. The end. So you want $2.7 million in your bank account. You pull up your bank balance and you go, nope, I said 2.7 million. You pull up your bank account balance and there's $357. Oh, wow, I have $2,700,357 and 2 cents. Keep saying it, because the more you say it out loud, yeah, you may sound crazy, but if you're walking around going, people think I'm wacky, that's what you're going to get. But if you walk around going, people completely understand that everything I create comes from my imagination, my thoughts, and my words. And the more I imagine, the more I think, and the more I say it, it happens. But if you walk around and you imagine it, you think it, and you're saying the opposite, that's what you're creating. So if you look around you, what words are you saying? I always say it. I'm happy. I'm living my dream life. I get to help people. I get to spend time with people only I choose to. People are nice to me. People love spending time with me. I make more money than I spend. I can go out to eat. I can go shopping. I can buy Christmas presents early. I can get that puppy. I can get that house. I can get that car. I can get that guy. Simply because of the fact, I keep saying, I can get anything I want. I can do anything I want. Moses would part the Red Sea because I would walk around going, Moses, why did you part the Red Sea for me? Yeah, families get used to it being strange. And strangers, they don't know when you go home at night. So you're standing in the grocery store at the end of the day, picking up a few odds and ends. And if you're single, and that's 3D reality, you're single, and you pick up dinner, you really can't pick up dinner for one unless it's just a can of soup. Because a box of crackers will last a month. So you go buy stuff to make a salad, and you get stuff to make tacos. So the minimum amount of flour tortillas that I've seen is 10. And then you've got to get a minimum of like a pound of hamburger. And then you've got to get the tomatoes, the onions, the cheese, the sour cream. You can't buy that stuff in single serving. So the cashier's talking to you. Yeah, I'm going home to make tacos for the love of my life. Don't tell him he's spoiled. Because we don't need his ego to be fed. Really, what kind of relationship do you have? The perfect relationship. We can talk about absolutely anything. Anything, absolutely anything. Imaginal scenes can be important. The problem is most people don't do them right. You're imagining a wedding ring on your finger, and you're looking at your finger, so there isn't one. Then you go out and you buy a ring. Now it's become a real ring, and it's no longer an imaginal scene. So if you're imagining just a ring on your finger, you'll be in the middle of doing something during the day, and you'll glance across, and all of a sudden you'll look at your hand, and you'll be like, holy, where's my ring? If you're imagining like I do, I don't do it all the time. I don't do it every day. I don't do it every couple of days. I only do it if I think about it. So I want to have dinner with so-and-so tonight. I'm going to imagine sitting on the counter drinking something. Whether it's a cup of coffee, a pop, an adult cocktail, Kool-Aid, it doesn't matter. I'm imagining drinking something sitting on the counter. And we're discussing dinner. Now, dinner could wind up being in a restaurant. Am I going to say that didn't work? No. I got dinner and I'm still drinking something. So do I consider that a failure because he wasn't actually cooking in the kitchen? No. I consider it a success because I imagined us having dinner. I don't say it has to be on the balcony, overlooking the Eiffel Tower as the sun sets and the lights of Paris come on. I don't get that specific. I get broad spectrum. I'm having dinner. I'm sitting on the counter drinking something while they make it. I'm having breakfast. I'm sitting on the counter while breakfast is being made and I'm drinking something. So I go to one of my favorite restaurants and I get a BLT for breakfast. And I'm with my guy. It's still a success because I had breakfast with him. I guarantee you the counter scene will happen because I'm not focusing on that was only a partial manifestation. I got breakfast. I got to be able to eat with him and I'm still drinking something. So that means I got to spend time with him. I got to talk to him. I got to see him. I got to play practical jokes with him. It means it was a success. If he texts me, I am focusing on, I got a text. I don't care what the text says. He freaking texts me. I got a text. He texts me. And then I take that text and I'll turn it into, we text for hours. Well, what'd you guys talk about? You know, basics, beginning of the relationship stuff. Really? Yeah. Hi, how you doing? How's life going? How's the job? How's the kids? Did you get the promotion at work? Did you get a different job? How's the family? Those are things you're going to talk about anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm living from the end no matter what I imagine. Because we're going to have mundane, boring conversations about everyday life. We're going to have conversation about money. You're going to have conversations about bills. You're going to have conversations about vacation. But I generalize my conversations and my scene so that I can change it, and then I never get disappointed if it doesn't happen the exact way it was supposed to. Because in a real relationship, he can open up the refrigerator and go, oh, there's no eggs. We can't do BLTs. Because a lot of people put an egg on their BLT. For me, it's bacon, lettuce, and tomato. If it was an egg on it, then it would be a BLTE. So the idea is, I'm not focusing on it has to be exactly 100% the way I imagined. I'm focusing on my imagination when I do it is creating the draw to me. The imaginal scene is him thinking about doing the same thing with me. Is he constantly thinking about having breakfast with me? That means he wants to be living with me, waking up in the morning, having donuts and coffee, eggs and bacon and coffee, pancakes and coffee, French toast and coffee, omelets, scrambled eggs. I mean, it doesn't matter because you're not going to eat the same meal every night for 20 years overlooking the Eiffel Tower unless you happen to be really, truly spoiled and you live in Paris with the Eiffel Tower view. Then I definitely would be eating on the balcony every night that it was warm enough to. Simply because it creates more magic. And I love sunsets. Sunsets are my favorite part of the day. But a sunrise is just as beautiful because it's the world waking up. And we all forgot when we learned that we created our reality, we stopped talking about the reality out loud. Where we used to pray to God, we used to talk to God, we know we create our lives, so we took our words and internalized them, and then we answer everybody with, yeah, well, we're still not talking. Yeah, you know, I'm still hoping to get back together with them. So you're undoing it unintentionally because learning that we create everything and then not wanting to lie. But the girl who says, I drive this car, I drive this car, I drive this car, I drive this car, eventually shows up at work with that car. The person who drives by and goes, that's my house. I'm going to own, that's my house. Not I'm going to own that house. Not I want to buy that house. That's my house. That's my house. That's my house. It's going to come up on the market and you're going to buy it. And it's going to be boom, boom, boom. Whether it takes a week, a month, a year, 10 years, doesn't really matter because it's still mine. I don't look at time. If you're counting the days, he hasn't texted me in 2 days. What if you didn't hear from him for 2 weeks? Well, you counted 2 days, then 4 days, then 6 days, then 8. Now we're at 14. So you're counting the silence. You don't want to count the silence. When you apply for a job, they look at your resume. They call you in for an interview. If you are 100% lucky, congratulations, you have the job. Most of the time it is, we have to interview all the candidates and as soon as we make a decision, we'll let you know. Because if you work in an office, they have to actually interview every one of the employees that already work there to be fair before they can give out the job. So whatever you do, I had a great interview. My interview was amazing. I smashed my interview. They got me for the job. I got the job because I smashed the interview. They loved me. They know I'm a perfect fit for their business. That's how you focus forward. Everything is always focused forward, and anything you don't want that doesn't pertain to focusing forward, I'm going to tell you, stop telling that story. And sometimes I will be nice about it. But if I've heard it for the 50th time or the 100th time, I'm not going to be as nice as I was the first time, I can guarantee you. I'm going to be blunt and tell you point blank, unless you change that story, you're not going to get what you want. So yes, Trixie, you're correct. Less is more. Specific is I'm ordering a pizza. I'm not going to call the pizza place and say, hey, I want you to deliver me a pizza. I'm going to say I want a stuffed crust pizza with Italian sausage and onions on it. And then I want another thin crust pizza with Italian sausage and onions cut in squares. Can you cut the thick crust, stuffed crust into squares? Because that would be even better. And then literally I'm going to go about knowing that that's how they're making the pizza. I show up at the pizza place. They're like, do you want to look at them? Well, no, not really. Well, they open them up and show them to me. And I'm like, okay, that's perfect. Looks like the pizza I ordered. And I'm out the door. And when I get home, I'm thinking, that's the best pizza I ever ate. That's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank. That's the best meal I ever had. This is the best day I've ever had. And when you start looking back on your Facebook feed and you start saying, this was the best of everything, this was the best, this was the best, you'll realize that you're creating a fun life and you didn't realize you did it. How does this work? People want to know things that I've manifested. People who drive me nuts going bye-bye. Today's the anniversary. 2 years ago. They went bye-bye. Adios. Ciao. Is arrivederci? Hasta la vista? It's gone. They're gone. 2 years ago today. I have been free of that drama for 2 years. By simply saying, I don't know why, but they're gone. I got free from PTSD because I said, how do I get free? I don't know how I'm free, but I am. So the same thing works. I don't know why I'm free. I don't know why I'm happily married, but I am. I don't know why I'm driving a Camaro, but I am. I don't know why it was so easy to get a Camaro, but it was. Simple basics, the more you speak it, the faster it happens. And I know y'all expect the little puppy sitting on my lap one of these days. And I've worked out that issue because I have an entire community who spoils me. So she'll never be neglected. Because I'm on the pedestal looking down knowing that I have a support group. Exactly. Starbucks always messes up my drink order, so I get 2. And ironically, both of them are what I wanted. That's literally how you get them. The waitress messes up your meal, you got it for free. Exactly. I always get the perfect peppermint mocha. I always get the perfect white chocolate peppermint mocha. I went to McDonald's and I was going somewhere and it was on the way, quick, in and out to get a cup of coffee. And I kept looking at the cup of coffee and looking at the cup of coffee and I'm like, no, that is the best cup of coffee I ever had. So I drove about 10 miles before I picked it up and I looked at it and I'm like, no, this is the best cup of coffee I ever had, and set it down. Drove another few miles and I was really dying for a sip of coffee by this time. I picked it up and I looked at it and I literally said, no. I said, this is the best cup of coffee I ever had. I took a sip of it and I was shocked because it was an amazing cup of coffee. You go through the drive-thru. They always get my order right. It's always out quickly. They're always being super nice and they remember that I want honey with my chicken. We put some extra honey in there for you today, Susie. Thanks, that's awesome. You go to the smoothie place and you want a smoothie. I like a little bit of strawberry in my smoothie, so I guess I have to tell them maybe 1 or 2. No, they make me the perfect smoothie with just a hint of strawberry. It's that simple. I go to the grocery store and I don't want to stand in line, so they open up a line for me. I go to the Subway to get a sub sandwich tonight. They actually have mozzarella cheese on my Subways. It's a double score. And I'm like, I want a Italian herb and cheese bread with the spicy Italian meat and double mozzarella. And she's like, there's an upcharge on it. I'm like, that's fine. She said, toasted? Yes. She toasted it. She took it out. She put my toppings on it. Bagged it up. I took it home. And it was absolutely amazing. It was the best cup of coffee that I had. It, honest to God, is that simple. And the more I focus on why is it so simple and easy, and why is everything working out for me, that's exactly what I get. But I always say, machines are mechanical, they can fail. Humans have emotions, we can have bad days. And if you love roller coasters, life is a roller coaster. You're going to have major highs, and occasionally you're going to have a low. How long you stay in the low depends on how flat that roller coaster is. Exactly. It's like a video game. You begin it, it's like, can't get to this level, can't get to that level. Within a month, you're like, wow, that was easy. I got through that level, just piece of cake. 6 months down the road, you're a master of it. A year from now, everybody's wanting to be your partner in the game because you are an ace and you dominate and kick butt. Why am I successful at playing video games? Why does everybody want to play video games with me? Why do they always want to be on my team? Why am I always winning? Couple little things. Power words help create. I love why. Because it's a question you have to answer. And if you let the people around you and the universe show you the answer, it's even better. Yes. Yes, I got the job. Yes, I got the car. Yes, I got the dog. But anything said after but cements it. I don't know why I'm free, but I am. I don't know why I'm happily married, but I am. I don't know why I got the car so easily, but I did. That's a power word. Another one is because. If you say something, because something. I'm happily married because I'm happily married. I'm a Camaro owner because I'm a Camaro owner. You're concreting those things in. Why? Yes. But, and because. They give you power to your words. And the more you use those in your sentences, the better. Negative words, shouldn't, couldn't, wouldn't, can't, no, nope. They work because you're distracting the brain. And the brain doesn't understand no. So when Susie says no, I said no, number one, I'm distracting you. And number two, I'm telling you what is yours. I said, no, that puppy's yours. I said, no, that car's yours. I said, no, that bank account balance is yours. No, that is your boyfriend. That's got a lot of power and punch behind it. And the more you have that power and punch, the better and quicker your life changes. So if you keep focusing forward, focus forward. Why am I making this so easy? Why is it so easy? Why do I get everything I need? Why is everything happening so quickly and easily? Why am I an instant manifester? Now, if I want a book, I want it instantly. If I want a house, instantly may not be perfect because they can't move out in 30 seconds and you move in 30 seconds because you can't physically move in a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, kitchen, dining room, living room, great room, and a 2-car garage in 30 seconds. So instantly, you move in 30 days. That's really quick. The car, you can walk out of a dealership with it in 2 hours. That's instant. You can bump into somebody at Walmart who's selling a car, and that person who's selling the car in Walmart's parking lot has a for sale sign on it. You go to the bank inside of Walmart, you get the cash out, he hands you the title, that's signed, and the keys, and he calls somebody else to help him take his groceries home. That's instantly. It's all the way you see it. It's all the way you project forward. So why is everything always working out for me? Because it's always working out for me. I don't know why, but it is. And I'm mixing two power words with why and but. Why is it working out for me? Because I said so. Another two combination words. Why is it always working out for me? Because I said so, and Susie said yes it is. Now you have three power words in one phrase. So keep your focus always on the end so that you're bringing there to now. Because most of us are trying to take now and bring it to there. You can't move into the house until the person moves out. So they move out, which brings that to you. Yeah, exactly. But you still have to pick it up, pack it up, and move it. So you can get that sale and say, that house is mine, because you drove by, saw a for sale sign, walked up, said, I'm buying this. They said, how much? And you said this, and they said, okay, done deal. The house is yours. So now you go home and you start packing your other house up. It is instant because you found it that quick. You may not move physically into it for 30 days. You may move into it in 15 days. I know a lady who literally put her house up for sale. It was sold in 2 weeks. And they were out of it 2 weeks after that and gone in a month. It was one of the quickest house sales I've ever saw because they wanted to get out of that house. And all they focused on was, I got this property. This is my property. I'm moving to this property. I don't know how I moved to it, but I did. I'm on this property. This is mine. Mine, 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 mine. So everything is a third party. Everything you are talking about that is keeping you from what you want is rejecting it and keeping you stuck in the middle. And a bridge is only what you want it to mean. And if it means that you're stuck in the middle because you're asking it's a bridge, then you're stuck in the middle. If it means that's getting you closer to your manifestation, that's an even better thing. But stop looking for it and only talk about why it's working. Because that's where everybody gets stuck. You forget to talk about why it's working. And that's why I keep asking, what's working for you? You guys got me working for you because I'm camera shy. And I've done 2 Facebook Lives now. And I didn't even prepare anybody for tonight's. I just popped in and said, hey guys, I'm live. And then as I was waiting for it to load, I started sending people to tell them that it was live. Exactly, it already worked. I imagined my live being successful. I imagined being able to give you words that makes you even more successful. I've already imagined that my words helped you, so now you're sending me a text message saying, Susie, this worked. I got this, I got that, I got this. Because the more I hear that, the more success you're having. And my success, I can tell you, I changed my money. I changed my relationship with people. I've gotten better jobs. I've gotten to be a better painter. I've gotten to help people. I'm living my dream life. I can live my dream life all I want. But if you're not living your dream life, then I'm failing. If you're not telling me you're living your dream life, then I'm failing. Because I'm not truly teaching you how to live your dreams. Achieve your dreams, create your dreams, and make those dreams a reality. So when you wake up every morning, you're saying simply 2 words. Thank you. And why are you thankful? Because you're living your dream life. It really, truly is that simple. The less you complicate it, the better. You're very welcome, Yvonne. I imagine for everybody, if you are the homeless guy begging on the street, I imagine that you are successful. If you are the person at work who's struggling, I imagine you're successful. If you're the person who's in a bad marriage, I imagine that you find peace and happiness. I'm not defining what peace and happiness is. I'm not defining what successful is. I'm keeping it simple. It's very simple. I take and add the littlest details possible because then I'm not upset. And because I'm not upset, I can enjoy every little piece because it creates my dream life. This is another piece to my dream life. Consider your life a puzzle. Each piece adds to it. And when you get to the last piece, the whole picture's done. And then you're looking back going, oh my God, I came from here and now I'm living my dreams. And you don't even realize what all those pieces are that put it together because it happened so naturally. I am off to go look at puppies, to go see what kind of puppy I'm going to buy. Well, we all know what kind of puppy I'm going to buy. I just can't decide if I want full size or a toy. Last decision to make. Toy might fit better in my apartment, but a full size will be like Prancy Pants. A little princess. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. If it's nighttime, have a wonderful evening. If it's morning and you're making breakfast, I want a BLT with lots of bacon. Lots and lots of bacon. And a cup of coffee. Have an amazing day, guys. I love you. I will catch you next time.